Young Philly arrested in Australia for shocking reason. Well, another day, another YouTuber causing a ruckus. Today's episode features none other than Young Philly, a.k. Andres Felipe Valencia Barrientos, who's popular UK rapper. He's gone from baking cakes on the Gay Celebrity Bake Off to baking up some serious trouble down under. Yep, he was actually arrested in Brisbane, Australia on Tuesday. Apparently, our man Philly was nabbed in Brisbane and then flown back to Perth where the alleged shenanigans happened. And I'm not talking about him pranking his mates, this was after a performance in a Perth suburb. Now, he didn't plead either way, but he's out on AU $100,000 bail. That's about piece 52,000 for us back home, just a small fortune really. Toss in a little side note about him supposedly strangling someone and we've got ourselves a proper soap opera. And to top it all off, the Western Australian authorities are practically putting up wanted posters asking for info on any similar incidents. Safe to say, Philly's fans didn't see this coming. Will his mates from the Beta Squad and the BBC jump to his defense? Or is he about to get a taste of the old cancel culture pie? But before we go pointing fingers, let's get a little background on the lad himself. Yeah, because it's not every day you see a bloke like Young Philly tangled up in something like this. Or is it? So, who exactly is this Young Philly? Well, if you've been living under a rock, let me fill you in. He's the charming, cheeky chappie from London who somehow made his way into every corner of British media. You've probably seen him popping up on BBC at V and of course all over social media. Oh, he's everywhere, BBC at Bina, you name it. He's made a name for himself by being funny, relatable, and let's be honest, a bit of a lad's lad. But don't let that fool you into thinking he's just a harmless joker. Our Philly's got the brands lining up at his door like it's the Boxing Day sales. He's worked with big names from Nike to Adidas and even did a stint with some posh cologne brand. And if you're wondering why these brands are all over him, it's because he's built this reputation as one of us. The lad from the ends who made it big, what's not to love? But now, with these allegations hanging over him, you've got to wonder, are these brands going to stand by him? Or will they toss him out quicker than yesterday's takeaway? Philly might be the lad's lad, but let's see if he's still everyone's favorite once we dig into what he's accused of. Now let's talk about why Young Philly's in such hot water. Young Philly, our beloved online entertainer, is said to have assaulted a woman in her 20s right after a performance in the coastal paradise of Hillary's. Yeah, sounds like he brought the house down and not in a good way. The incident allegedly went down on September 28, adding a whole new twist to his Australia tour. Now, the government of Western Australia is on the case, with their sex assault squad detectives digging into every last detail. They're even putting out the call for anyone who might have seen or heard anything. Apparently, Philly's team has been contacted for comment, but I'm guessing they're still working on their no-comment strategy. This investigation could take some time, but hey, maybe he'll take a break from YouTube to star in Australia's next big crime drama. So here's where things get really interesting. Young Philly's got a roster of big brands in his pocket, and you can bet they're sweating buckets right now. Oh, to be a fly on the wall in their PR offices. They're probably drafting up statements as we speak. You know the type, we take these matters seriously and we are reviewing our partnership. Classic Puerto Rico spiel. You've seen it a million times, right? One minute they're all over him, plastering his face on billboards, and the next they're scrambling to scrub their socials clean. Take Nike, for example. They've had their fair share of dramas with celebrities, and they know a PR nightmare when they see one. And Meta? Well, they've got enough on their plate without Philly adding fuel to the fire. You can almost hear the sighs from their PR teams. Not again, they're probably thinking. These brands love a good influencer until the influencer gets a bit too real for their liking. At this point, you've got to wonder, are they going to stick by him or is he about to get the boot? It's the classic tale of corporate loyalty, there until it's inconvenient. Well, Philly might need more than a shiny pair of trainers to get through this one. Ah, social media, the place where reputations go to die, and Young Philly's is currently on the chopping block. Twitter's been on fire, and you'd think Philly was the next big villain. I mean, the memes are flying faster than you can say. Oi, what's all this then? People are dredging up old clips, taking the mickey, and having a field day. It's as if the whole internet's decided their judge, jury, and executioner. Instagram's no better. Half the comments are like, didn't see this one coming, and the other half are already canceling him. Everyone's got an opinion and they're not shy about sharing it. It's like a digital feeding frenzy with Philly as the main course. And TikTok. Don't even get me started. The hashtags are trending, the reaction videos are pouring in, and it's all just a bit too much, isn't it? This is where it gets tricky. Social media is quick to judge, but it's not exactly known for getting the facts right. One minute, you're the hero, and the next, you're public enemy number one. Makes you wonder how he'll bounce back from this, if at all. But hey, this is the world we live in, where everything's trial by tweet. It's brutal, but that's the game Philly signed up for. Now here's where things get personal. Young Philly's got a whole crew of mates, fellow influencers and collaborators. You know, the sort who are always there for the Instagram selfies and shouts. But with allegations like this, it's time to see who's really in his corner. Are they going to stick by him, or will they run for the hills faster than you can say, clout chasers? Only time will tell, but I reckon we'll see who's made of sterner stuff soon enough. It's easy to be friends when things are rosy, but scandals have a way of showing who's real and who's just in it for the fame. Will his influencer pals go radio silent, or will they throw in a roasting by my mate post? Oh, the suspense. This is where we separate the mates from the fakes, the loyal from the opportunists. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen friends turn their backs when things get sticky. But maybe Philly's got a few genuine pals who won't jump ship just yet. Or perhaps it'll just be another round of influencers covering their own backsides, pretending they never knew him. Well, Philly, looks like you're about to find out who your real mates are. So, what's next for young Philly? Well, that's anyone's guess. He could try to weather the storm, keep his head down, and hope it all blows over. Or he could make a big comeback, you know, the classic tearful apology video where he says he's learned and changed and all that jazz. But let's be honest, even if he does bounce back, things won't ever be quite the same. Once you're wrapped up in a scandal like this, there's always a bit of a stain, isn't there? He might get through this, or he might become yet another footnote in the book of fallen influencers. It's funny, isn't it? One day you're the nation's darling, and the next you're a tabloid headline. Fame's fickle like that. But hey, if Philly's got one thing going for him, it's that the internet's got a short memory. Today's scandal is tomorrow's old news. So there you have it. Will,